With the 2023 MLS season set to kick off this weekend, here are my season predictions. Before we get into this video, I hope you all like it and please share your thoughts in the comments down below. Montreal. After a surprise second place finish in 2022, Montreal currently has a very weak squad heading into the season. Losing head coach Wilfred Nancy and key players like Georgi Mihailovic, Alistair Johnston, and Ismail Kone will have a lot of work cut out for them with new manager Hernan Lozada. Their best attacking options right now are currently Romel Kyoto and a 38-year-old Kai Kamara who requested a trade in the offseason. Yeah, this team looks bad. They're finishing dead last in the East. Despite showing glimpses of promise, the Fire had no disappointing season in 2022, finishing 12th. Fortunately for Chicago fans, I just don't see it getting any better. They lost young stars in Gaga Solina and Johan Duran in the winter and heavily upgraded the squad. I expect the young talent in Chris Brady and Brian Reynolds to break out, as well as Shaqiri and Rafael Cihos to be solid as veteran leaders, but there's just too many holes in this roster. First full season of the Wayne Rooney era is underway in DC. They are very busy in the winter transfer window, signing Mateusz Klich, Mohamed Jahaz, and trading for Derek Williams and Wawan to shore up their midfield and back line. Their attack leaves a lot to be desired though, as Taxi Fontas and Christian Benteke will most likely need to carry their offense. It will be another rebuilding year for DC. So Joseph Martinez is gone. There's still little to no depth on the roster, and Gonzalo Pineda is still the head coach. Yeah, this isn't a playoff team. I really like the signings of Georgios Giacomakis, Louis Abram, and Derek Etienne, but I just don't see this team lasting throughout a 34-game season. Literally every single key player from their 2021 title run is gone. Alexander Collins, gone. Tati Castellanos, gone. Sean Johnson, gone. Even Maxi Morales is gone too. They had a very respectable window, and Talles Magno is still there, but them missing a proven goal scorer, along with having veteran leadership, is going to really hurt this team. It's 2023 and Hani Mukhtar still has to carry this team, man. I'm tired of this. Moving to the East this season, Nashville still has the formula they've had since joining MLS, relying on their defense, led by Walker Zimmerman, to grind out results while hoping Mukhtar turns to guard every game. Papa Picote is a nice signing, but I just don't see them making the postseason. New England is probably the most mad team in the league. The signings of Latif Blessing and Dave Romney were great for depth, but something is missing here. Gustavo Bo and Carlos Gil are great, but they're not getting any younger. If they want to be competitive in the East, Dylan Barrero and Giacomo Veroni need to have a great year offensively. Easily Miami's best squad since their inaugural season. They are one of the loudest teams in the offseason. Sergi Christoph and Franco Negri were great signings to shore up their defense. They re-signed Leo Campana after a very productive year, and they got one of the biggest names in Joseph Martinez. Their lack of a productive 10 scares me though. I don't like Rodolfo Pizarro in that role, and while I like Bryce Duke, he's still unproven as a full-time starter. We'll just have to see though. I guess this is the perfect place to put this team at. Good enough to make the playoffs, but not good enough to make a deep run. It's been the same thing for the past few years, really. Dante Van Zier looks like a great promising goal scorer from Belgium, alongside Lewis Morgan and Luke Quinones in their attack. But I just don't like their back line, especially in their center defense. Despite missing the playoffs and losing key players over the offseason, still have the crew being a playoff team. The duo of Lucas Silverian and Cucho Hernandez has proven to be lethal, and they still have a rock-solid midfield led by Darlington Nagbe and Aiden Moores. Them letting go of Jonathan Mensah does worry me though. I have a lot of faith in the Charlotte team. The signing of Enzo Capetti will be the move that makes him a dark horse contender in the East. There will be plenty of goals scored between him and Karol Swiderski this season. The signing of Ashley Westwood, along with training for Bill Tuiloma, brings stability to their defense and midfield as well. They need more production from their wingers though, especially Kamil Jozwiak. That man does not move me as a DP. Good times for Cincy right now. They kept their big three of Acosta, Brenner, and Vasquez while improving other aspects of their squad. Marco Angulo and Yerson Mosquera are great young additions, but the defense still needs to prove themselves this season. I still believe this team has enough talent to clutch a home playoff game though. Their offense is stacked, an attacking core of Facundo Torres, new signings Martin Ojeda and Ramiro Enrique, and Ekankar can potentially be the best offense in the league. Their defense worries me though. Bezos Gillespie is a stud, but their backline still has many questions. Regardless, a deep playoff run should still be the goal for this team. A full season of both Insigne and Bernadeschi should make them title contenders by default. Adding Matt Hedges and Sean Johnson helps that too. Their quality as striker is still not ideal, but it shouldn't be with how much talent this team has. No surprise here. They brought everybody back from last season and even improved their depth on all three phases of the field. They have the best goalkeeper, the best coach, the best center back partnership, the best left back, and arguably the best midfield in the league. It's MLS Cup or bust, Philly. This might seem harsh to some people, but I just don't believe in this team. They had a very solid offseason, but them hiring Ben Olsen as their new head coach really shot down any hope I had with this team. The dude's just mediocre, I'm sorry. Hopefully I'm wrong. Coco Carrasquilla and Sebastian Ferrer are two great players to build your team around. The newest team in MLS. Atlanta and LAFC had success in their first season as expansion teams, but St. Louis will be one of them. They have very good pieces to build around in João Klaus and Edward Lowen, but their attacking talent and depth are really lacking. Star center back Joakim Nilsson will be out for a period of time as well after undergoing knee surgery too, so that doesn't help either. Just don't be like Cincy, okay? Led by DP Ryan Gold, they have a lot of great pieces in their attack and midfield, but like a lot of teams in the league, defending will be their downfall. New signings Matias Laborda and Yohei Takaoa will need to be good for them to be respectable in that part of the field. Despite me putting them so low, I wouldn't be surprised if they sneak into the playoffs if everything goes right for them. Yeah, this team's cooked. Take Emmanuel Reynoso off this team, and you have one of the most mediocre teams in the league. Dwayne St. Clair is still one of the best keepers in the league, with Robin Lode, Will Trapp, and Kevin Arriaga making up a very respectable midfield, but I still don't see this team making the playoffs, even with Reynoso. Yeah, this team's not moving me anymore. You can say they missed the playoffs last season because of CCL fatigue and injuries, but I don't believe it. They struggled to score goals, albeit with Raul Ruidiaz missing a lot of games, but outside of getting Heber, they made 0 signings. I'm sorry, but relying on an aging Nico Ladero and a declining Jordan Morris to consistently produce offensively is not going to make you a serious contender. Their backline is still very solid and will get them results alone, but they'll miss the playoffs again. Questions. That's all this team is. Can Kevin Cabral be a good player in a new setting? Can new signing Andreas Maxwell help the defense become respectable again? Can Colorado score enough goals to get results? This team has the potential to be a dark horse contender after a good offseason, but there's too many questions with this squad. This team is a mixed bag to me. Club record signing Andres Gomez can be one of the league's best young players, and head coach Pablo Mastroeni can elevate his team, but where are they going to get goals from up front? Rubio Rubin and Danny Muskovsky are fine, but they're not starters, and Damir Kreilach is 33 and coming off a back surgery. I think 8th is a good place for them. The Quakes might be back. New coach Luchi Gonzalez is set to manage the squad and massively improved this offseason. DP midfielder and record signing Carlos Guerrero, goalkeeper Danielle, and Jonathan Mensah will be crucial for a San Jose backline that was awful last season. Add that with star players Jeremy Bobasi and Christian Espinosa and a young crop of academy talent led by Kay Cowell, and you have a team that could potentially shock the whole league. This is how Cincy did last season. They really didn't make any marquee signings, but they still had a good window. signing Giovanni Jesus and trading for Sebastian Ibeaga and Jesus Jimenez. The attacking trio of Jesus Ferreira, Alan Velasco, and Paul Arriola is still great. Unfortunately, I just don't see him getting past the powerhouse teams in this conference like LAFC or Austin. I'm telling you, this team has the potential to be dangerous. KC was one of the better teams in the league towards the end of the season after a terrible start. A big part of their success was summer signings Willie Agada and Eric Tommy. The return of DPs Alan Polito and Gadi Kinda will make the squad even better too. Nemanja Radoja and Tim Leibold were great signings to improve their defense. You can bet on SKC being a dark horse contender this year. All the pieces are here for the Galaxy to make a deep run. Arguably the best player in the league in Ricky Puig. Javier Hernandez is in league goal scorer. One of the league's best coaches in Greg Vanney. And by far the best super sub in Dejan Jovalic. The quality in their attack outside of Chicharito and Jovalic is very worrying as new signing Tyler Boyd and Douglas Costa need to produce. The Galaxy, while still not being an elite team, still have enough pieces to be good enough to make the playoffs. I expect the Timbers to bounce back from missing the playoffs in a big way. They made one of the biggest moves in the offseason by signing Evan Dare, a potential MVP candidate if he hits the ground running quickly. An attacking trio of him, Sebastian Blanco, and Santiago Moreno should wreck MLS defenses every week. Defense is still an issue. I don't like them letting go of Bill Toiloma, as they now have to rely on 35-year-old Laris Mabiala and 30-year-old Dario Suparic to start for the majority of the season at center back. With that being said, I still expect a big season out of Portland. So what do you do after you unexpectedly become one of the best teams in the league overnight? Well, you get better, and that's just what Austin did this offseason. Amro Tarek, Leo Väisänen, and Adam Lundqvist were all solid additions to improve their suspect back line. I like the acquisition of Gyasi Zardes as well to give them experience and another proven goal scorer. But if they want to make it out the West in the playoffs, they need more production from Emiliano Rigoni. I get he was a late summer addition, but as a 30-year-old DP, they need more from him. The new villains of MLS. After stacking the deck to win their first MLS Cup, LAFC still has the roster to repeat. The loss of Chicho Arango hurts them a lot, but they still have the offensive firepower to be major title contenders. Most of the stars are still there, and they still have the depth. They'll be completely fine. Oh, and Aaron Long is on the team too, I guess. For my MLS Cup final predictions, there will be a rematch of last year's final between LAFC and the Union, but this time Philly will win it. Maybe with a game-winning goal, but who knows. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.